You're listening to CannaPornia with your host, Mofo, only on LA Talk Radio.
So, what do you get when you mix weed and porn together?
CannaPornia! CannaPornia, 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 CannaPornia. You are now tuned in to CannaPornia. Now here's your host, the one and only Mofo.
Here we go. Okay, in front of me, I have porn star, porn director, porn producer, and name your weed company.
Oh, we are on Weed Maps at Jolly Green Caregivers.
There you go, Jolly Green Caregivers.
I have a lot of titles. I forgot.
Yeah, he does. And he's been around a while. And Eve Battelle.
Hello, hello.
She's so fucking hot. She just got back from Vegas.
Literally just drove in.
Yeah.
So, bye Vegas. Sorry you missed me.
Yeah. Eve Battelle is what I call a fetish star. Okay.
I am a fetish star.
And she's also like a world-renowned pole dancer and a dancer, go-go dancer.
World-renowned.
What else are you doing? Oh, later on I want to talk about the feet stuff.
We could totally talk about the feet stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, I do a lot of dominatrix stuff actually.
Yeah.
I do more of the humiliation, foot fetish,
Right.
ass worship, things like that. Than I don't do anything nude or pornographic. So gotta, I guess, double X instead of triple X.
Right. Right. And you probably have to hustle a little bit more. Right?
It's just a different corner for sure.
But I like how you blend your life with a lot of hustling, but also like pleasure too. You're always traveling.
I love to travel. It's been, I've traveled most of the last year, and I'm about to go on another trip, so
Yeah.
can't wait.
Yeah.
I'm definitely a wanderer.
Yeah, it's a trip how I met Eve at a porno convention.
2009.
Yeah.
Erotica LA, the last year it was, I think.
Yeah. I met her at a convention, and I just remember walking by this booth, the Big Lou's booth.
Yeah.
Big Lou.
Uncle Lou. Creep
Yeah,
selling
and-
garbage.
And my weakness, everybody knows my weakness are white girls, especially white girls with legs. And you can see Eve right there with those fucking long ass legs. She was just sitting there like she is now. And I was like, fuck, who's that? And Big Lou's like, oh, that's Eve. Then we introduced to each other. And then that was it. We've been saying we're going to hang out since then. Well, how long has it been? That was 2009?
That was 2009, and this is the first time we're actually getting to sit down and hang.
And actually get to smoke together.
Yeah, hey.
Yeah, because we are stoned. And they brought some edibles. Oh, and Mark.
Yeah.
I got to thank him.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
He brought Mrs. Excellence's CBD.
Yeah, we just got those in. Those are our new topicals. You might actually be the first to try it because I literally just picked those up like yesterday.
Wow.
So, yeah, we just put those on the menu. So you're going to have to let me know.
Yeah.
Now, I will certainly be trying them too probably tomorrow and the next day because my old ass is in a lot of pain at all times. So.
Womp womp. Hey,
What about you, Eve? Are you always in pain from dancing?
Actually, I was about to say, I have been dancing, obviously classical dancing, since I was 5. So between that and then changing over to the new career, I'm always in pain. We beat our bodies up for your pleasure. I hope that y'all enjoy that.
Yeah, almost all of Eve's work is giving guys pleasure. Almost all the things you do, right?
Yeah. I mean, even when it's a humiliation session, it's because that's what they want.
Yeah.
So mistress will give them exactly what they need.
And that's a trip because, like, these guys, like, they want to be, like, humiliated.
Oh, they want to be
Tortured.
destroyed, ball busting. They want to, up to and willing to draw blood on themselves
Right.
for my entertainment and pleasure. But in turn, that's what gets them off. So,
Right.
you know, we've got a mutual thing going on here.
Yeah. And how big is that market?
It's huge.
Because there's a lot of, you know, mistresses and dominatrixes like you.
Well, and the whole thing is that just like any other area of fetish or porn in general, there's so many niches out there.
Oh, now? Yeah,
that-
fuck.
Yeah, that it's
Well, in
not
real
like-
life. In real life, right? Because
Yeah.
when I grew up, there was dudes and girls.
Right.
And white dudes, black dudes, Mexican dudes, and Asians.
And now there's this
That was about
plethora
it.
of
Now there's
choices now.
fuck like 1,000 races. I
Right?
mean, how many genders now?
Well, yeah, now there's what 25 genders. you can be, you know?
Yeah, the fuck. I
never knew.
Dude, I just
For
want some
everybody.
pussy.
I can't keep track of all the genders. I don't
But
know.
there's something for everybody, and I think
Yeah,
that's
fuck.
fantastic.
Well, when it comes to the fetish, there is something for everyone.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if even the smallest fetishes, I mean, there's some weird shit out there. That
Give
you
us a few.
never-
Give us a few for the
Oh,
audience.
I see.
People will
Look,
trip out.
You know what you want? Here's what you want. Here's what you do if you want to know about all the weird fetishes. Go to I'll give them a plug. It's Clips for Sale, because that is basically the fetish site for all the weird fetishes, and just read the list.
You just do the
And
categories,
Just
drop
read the
down.
categories, and you don't even know what half the shit is.
Clips for sale.
Yeah, clips for
Okay.
sale. Just
So
that's
number 4.
That's the fetish.
Yeah.
And it's just you can read all the stuff, and I've been in business 20-something years, and I some of the shit I'm like, what is that? Like I got to look at it. I'm like, I've never.
How
heard
do you
of
jerk
that.
off to that?
Yeah,
Well,
it's just weird.
Some of the stuff for acronyms now that I'm sitting there going, I have to look up what these acronyms mean, because now there's so many different, you know, CBT, cock and ball torture, SPH, small penis
Yeah.
humiliation. You got all these things that you're like, I mean, one of them, which was something that somebody actually requested of me recently to make a clip, was armpit licking.
Yeah.
Okay, now what does that mean? Like
Like-
they want to lick your armpit?
Yes, they want to lick my armpit.
Wow.
After I've had like a long day working out or anything, like my armpit. They're not trying to get into my boobs or anything. No, they're just straight up want to lick my armpit. And I've had a guy that's actually he does a little bit of internet work for me every once in a while. Like, you know, he can't always afford to you know, pay his tribute, so he works it off. And all he wants is just a picture of my armpits after I go jogging. That's all he wants in return.
Just some fucking weird people, man.
Not even like a jerk off in your armpit? He just wants to lick
Well,
it.
that's a big one too. The girls who don't shave their armpit.
Yeah.
They got jerk off in the arm. That's fuck, man. That's just weird shit, man.
But
Yeah.
I
don't know.
mean,
It's something for everybody. You know, I'm not gonna.
Yeah.
Whatever. Do your thing.
doesn't
Yeah,
hurt me.
like I'm pretty much. I just need a breathing,
You're the basic. You are
big
very basic.
ass
Yeah.
chick,
Like
and that acts like
that's what I
she
mean.
fucking really is into me.
Yeah, like I'm old.
You're very
old
basic,
fashioned.
honey.
Me too. I'm
I've
like
always
meat
known that.
potatoes. That's it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The only thing I want to lick is your pussy, and like that's. I don't want to lick your feet, your armpits.
Yeah.
I don't. You know, it's just weird shit people are into. But I'm just. Maybe I'm old fashioned at this point. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't want to lick your fucking Pomeranian.
No.
You know?
Right? No, you know, I actually had, I mean, on the more less fetishy side, but just I had a guy that at one point paid me $10 a minute for 10 and 15 minutes each to just light matches on a matchbox, not a book, but a box, and just watch the way my muscle like flexed every time that it flipped. And I'd light
Wow.
a cigarette, puff it once, put it out, and just do it again. And it was the act of striking the match. $10 a minute. And I was like, this was way back when I had first started, and so my
Right.
rate wasn't anything like that. And I was like, oh, this is great. People will pay me to do that.
It just goes to show if you're a girl, you can get paid to do anything.
I know. This
Yeah.
is
I
mean,
you always complain
anything.
about. If I was only a girl.
I gotta work my ass off 7 days a week, and she's over here lighting matches and getting paid.
No,
Yeah.
he seriously. The last time that I said something about it, he's like, if I was a girl, I would be such a whore.
Oh, I would. I'd be a millionaire if I was a girl.
Yeah, look at social media, right?
Right.
A girl shows her ass, boom, thousands of fucking likes.
Yeah.
Yeah, thousands of followers.
Yep.
Just showing her ass.
No, I could literally tweet the cure for cancer, and it would get half the likes as some girl showing her tits.
Yeah.
Like, you know, people are like, oh, that's cool, bro. But like, you know what I mean? And they'd be like talking to the girl. It's crazy. Like it doesn't matter. They can do anything.
Yeah, you're like at home.
A girl comes on, she's like, I'm hungry. 10,000 suggestions on where to eat. I'll go with you. I'll bring you food. You know what I mean? I could be like, I'm dying over here. I need help. And people are like, fuck you, bro.
Yeah.
Like it's just crazy, man. The girls.
It'd be like me being at home. Somebody says, "Hey, Mark Zane just cured leukemia."
Yeah.
But wait a minute, Eve Batel's showing her pussy.
Yeah.
Oh my god!
Seriously, it would be. Like
I always
cool.
knew she had a big clitoris. I knew it.
I'd get like 2 likes.
Yeah. No,
crazy.
it's true.
Such is the
is, man. I don't
horrible
know
plight of men.
It's
So
true.
horrible.
Yeah, nobody. Yeah.
Like you would see Kim Kardashian trending on the day we fucking nuked North Korea.
Yeah,
Right.
seriously.
I mean, and
That's how fucking
that's
crazy
the
shit is
Twitterverse.
now.
Yeah. That's just how it works nowadays.
But it also goes to show you how fucking perverted the world
But
is.
that's
too.
what it is. I mean, that's what are the two things that matter make the world great? It's like sex and death. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or some the old Freudian whatever it is philosophy. It's sex and death. And
Yeah.
that's what drives people. What you care.
Yeah, and they can do it on social media in a undercover way too.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
You know,
I mean,
because there's guys now really can look and ass and tits and stuff before they couldn't.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
You know, and they could be on their phone in the middle of a family party.
You were just talking about how way back you were. What did you call it? The 8mm reels that you used to,
Swedish
I mean,
erotica.
so you got. That's where you started out.
Right.
With that. And then there's these kids nowadays that literally can sit in school.
Yeah.
And just hide it. And, I'm
I
going to go to the bathroom real quick. Be back.
I had to look at my buddy's parents' Playboys. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that National Geographic. Those were our forms of porn. Like.
Yeah.
Real Sex, the HBO.
Yeah, Real Sex when I was a kid.
That was my first
when that came
experience.
on.
Yeah.
I used to like to go to the malls and look at this. They were huge books, and I think they just said sex or love and sex or something. And it was just drawings, like crayon drawings of people fucking. It's like, but it was hardcore.
Right.
And you could look at it in the bookstore in the mall. It was the joy of sex, I think. I just used to get off on that.
Yeah, I mean the National Geographic, like I said before, those were in the school libraries. Like we used to look for the National Geographics, and they had like all the African titties in there, and we were just like, it was just crazy. I don't know, we didn't. It's just crazy kids now can just look it up on their phone and.
Now, how come the tits are always sagging? Because they don't have bras?
Yeah, I guess. I would assume so. I don't know.
Because even like the young girls, right, in these tribes, their tits are all sagging. It's just because there's no bras. Like with girls here, right, in America.
I'm assuming,
if there was no bras, and
I don't
you
know.
just
Somebody
grew up,
Google it.
I think because the bra. I think the bra actually trains your titties to
stay
be perky.
Where they're supposed to be.
Yeah. So if you never wore a
sense.
bra, I think they hang. I think that's what bras actually do. Is they train your titties to be like perky. So
I have a set, and I
good
don't
and bad.
technically know the answer to this question.
Yeah,
so.
we're guessing over here. I don't know.
Yeah.
Somebody let us know.
Please, somebody, anybody.
Why did all this titty sag in the magazine? I don't know.
Yeah, it's true. Now, have you ever thought of getting any work? Because you're all natural.
You know, it's funny because after my neck surgery, I put on all sorts of weight and whatnot, and I got bigger boobs, and I was like, oh, I love these. When I started to lose weight, especially last year when I went to Mexico, I was running, my boobs went away. So it's one of those things that right now, I mean, you know, I'm a girl, self-conscious, get a little bit of something, but I just want my boobs like this. So if I have to get skinny, I would get a boob job, but it would be when I needed it.
Yeah.
I mean, they're still perky, they're still just right there, so, you know.
No, to me, you got the perfect body. You're like the perfect white girl to me that Mexican dudes and black dudes like fantasize about.
Thick, juicy ass and
Because you kind of have like a more of a 60s, 70s look.
I love that. Thank you.
You know, and you kind of remind me. Did you guys see Carlito's Way?
You know, I did. It was a long time ago. Yeah, I did see it.
Well, there's a scene in there. He comes out of prison and he goes to visit his ex, and she's a dancer now, and she's a stripper. You know, and he walks in. Watch if you have a chance to watch the movie. It's called Carlito's Way.
I know what it
Way.
is. It's just been so long that, and I don't.
You
remember
remind me of that scene.
Yeah.
where
All
she's
right.
dancing.
We'll have
What
to.
the fuck is her name?
God,
Penelope something.
That had to be a, what, 70s, early 80s?
Penelope Cruz?
Yeah, it's like the 80s, late 80s
Oh,
movie.
late 80s?
80s?
Yeah, 'cause it was after Scarface.
Then it wouldn't-
Oh,
yeah.
was it?
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, because Al Pacino's, he's older in it.
Huh.
But I love it. It's a good movie. Yeah, late 80s, maybe even early 90s. But it's called Carlitos Way.
Yeah, no, I watched it. It's been a while.
Yeah, it's a good movie. Okay, now, what a lot of emails I get from people. Damn, dude, when you guys need to talk more about cannabis, the cannabis biz, and stuff like this. So I kind of want to get to that, and we're going to start with Mark because Mark does both. He's in the porn biz and the cannabis biz.
Yeah.
So, and those are like, okay, to me, those are two industries that I feel are constantly persecuted, right? Like
Oh, yeah,
constantly
of
government's
course.
trying to take it down, religious groups, whatever. Like, and it doesn't end. Like, did you think in 2017 they would still be trying to get rid of porn? I mean,
It's
fuck.
gotten worse. Like
Yeah.
I remember back.
Especially
Let's
now.
call it back in the day when when I was a kid, but my father was in the business, had the bookstores, making movies. He got prosecuted less probably than we do now. You know what I mean? Like the cops would come in time to time, maybe take everybody to jail for one reason or another. But it wasn't as bad as it is now. Now you can literally just be fined hundreds and thousands of dollars.
Yeah.
And just
Right.
it's just crazy. Like you can't do shit. Like it's gotten worse and worse and worse. And it's just amazing to me how people care that much. Some people care that much to shut down the industry. It's just goofy.
And I don't even call it care that much. I call it hate that much.
Hate, yeah, they hate
they're
that
just
much.
fucking hating.
Yeah, they're just hating.
I honestly
They're just
think
fucking
that
haters. I think a lot of them are jealous.
Yeah, I think a lot of it's haters. Yeah, they're
I
haters.
think they're projecting. I think that a lot of them wish that they could be in the position that the people they're prosecuting are in. They're too Christian. They're not allowed to have kinky sex. They're not allowed to
Right.
do this, or they're too whatever the reason may be.
Right.
And so, well, why do they get to have that fun then? No, let's stop it.
Well, see, there's that side, right, of government and religion. But the side of government and religion that fucking scares me are the ones that really do hate us.
Oh,
The
yeah.
ones who fucking can't stand us. Like, they literally, if we didn't live exactly like them and obey
Westboro
them
Baptist
and
Church.
worship
Oh,
them,
yeah.
they would fucking kill us.
Yeah.
Like, there's that group, and it's there, and those are the ones that are fucking scary because they're almost like ISIS, like a terrorist group. They hate you. They hate you because you're not like them.
Because we're smoking pot and having sex and having fun. That's bullshit.
You got to remember, a lot of this country is still very conservative.
Very.
Very conservative. People in California forget that because it's kind of a different
progressive, a little bit
out here,
more.
but a lot
Especially
of this
people in
country
the porn biz.
very
Right.
conservative. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you got to remember that. You've got New York and California and a couple other states, but for the majority, that whole everything in between, man, they're still very conservative.
Yeah.
And it's crazy. I don't know. I don't get how sex is so demonized, and it's because I was in Europe for 3 months about 2 years ago, and it's a whole different situation over there.
Yeah.
And it's to come
So
back
open.
here. Yeah, just come back here and just see how all the shit we have to go through just for sex.
Yeah.
Is just crazy. It was a real eye opener.
And and a lot of it is they just hate women.
I think a lot
They
of that.
hate
Absolutely,
women,
yeah. Especially
that
women
want to
that
be
feel
free,
powerful.
that
Yeah.
want to be independent, that want to
Have
suck a
power.
black dick. They fucking hate them.
Yeah. Oh,
Like,
yeah.
hate them. Like,
The amount of hate mail
they
that I
want you
get.
fucking basically just to be a sex slave and clean the fucking house and
Yeah.
shut the fuck up.
Well, but I have to be married to you because I get so much hate mail. I get
Oh, but
guys-
even that, they want 7 or 10 wives.
Well, and that's the thing. They start out saying, "Oh, you're so beautiful. I would love to be able to take you out. Could I meet you?" Da da da. And then as soon as I let them know, I'm sorry, I'm not interested in that, or I offer sessions, but they are restricted to this, and all of a sudden, because I don't do anything nude or pornographic, or I don't want to go meet them or what. All of a sudden, I'm the dirtiest slut in the entire fucking world, and I need Jesus, and I'm a degradation on society, and it just starts getting into spewing like you should be dead type stuff, and I'm like, I just want to suck some dick and smoke some pot.
People are haters. It's haters, man.
Yeah, when
sex is a very powerful thing. That's what back to what I was saying before. I mean, it's a very powerful thing. So people tend to get very upset about it, or aggravated, or
and you see it, and you know what? And you're right, because even in this country, because people always say, well, look how it is in Iraq. Yeah, but there's a lot of sexual repression in the United States too.
No, there is. Yeah,
a lot. A girl can't wear a fucking, I forget the exact dress code for the airlines.
The leggings.
Leggings thing.
Yeah, or like a spaghetti tank top.
Mm-hmm.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Really?
But that's what I mean. I know. That's why it was so crazy to see the contrast to Europe to here. We're the land of the free and all this, but we're still very repressed.
Yeah.
In a lot of ways sexually compared to Europe, and it was interesting to see.
Well, and doesn't Europe have a lot more relaxed marijuana laws as well?
No, you would think so, but no, a lot. No, man, we couldn't. They really don't. We were in.
You're right.
Yeah, we were in Czech. We first stopped in Czech Republic, and my buddy was trying to get some weed, and the guy had to go through hoops to get it. Charge him an arm and a leg for it, and it sucked. You know what I mean? It was garbage. So it's not. You think it would, but it's not. I mean, obviously there's Amsterdam, but it's not all over Europe. It's not like that. Yeah.
No, they're a lot worse. Like there's some like in Asia.
Well,
holy fuck, dude!
No,
you'll go to
prison. You go to prison.
The last show I talked about in Thailand, if they catch you with an e-cigarette or vapor, it's 10 years. 10 years in prison for the possession of it, not dealing it, not using it, just having it in your possession of a vapor or an e-cigarette.
Insane.
10 years. Think about that.
I know.
Holy fuck. But that's what I trip out on, like here. I mean, every week they're still raiding pot shops in California. Every week,
because it's
they're
still illegal.
They're still seizing assets, taking your homes, your bank accounts,
our tax money. Yes,
Yeah, no, it's crazy. I mean, I get it. I know why they do it. It's just we're so ass backwards on the cannabis thing in this country. It's insane.
Yeah. And going back to you, that's kind of what I'm talking about. Like, how much are you stressing because you're running two businesses that people are trying to shut down? I mean, do you have to be on your toes 24/7?
No, I mean, California's fortunately has gotten much more lax with the cannabis laws. Obviously, after this year too, it's legalized now, so it's not like it used to be. You can operate much more easily. It's much more accepted now. And as far as the business,
especially if you're not making waves.
Yeah, we're not making waves.
Don't draw attention to yourself.
Yeah, we do. We have whatever. It is what it is. But in the porn business, honestly, I don't own a company anymore, so I don't have to worry about all the bullshit that comes with that. You know what I mean? I got OSHA popped me, 6 years ago. Yeah, OSHA got me like 6 years ago while I was shooting for Hustler on my on my DBA.
Explain what OSHA is.
OSHA. I can't explain OSHA. OSHA was the bunch of people who were put in charge to police the porn industry to make sure we were all following their certain health codes, standards, which is complete and utter bullshit.
Bunch of more wasted taxpayer.
Because look, OSHA is a good thing when it comes to when you're talking about like legitimate businesses.
Yeah, for like employee safety.
Employee safety for major companies. It's a good thing. OSHA's in place to protect
wear a
employees.
helmet at a construction site.
Right. They make sure all that's happening. But when they try to adapt those same principles to the porn industry, it's ridiculous. It makes no sense. It doesn't work.
It's sex.
They had no idea what they were doing. They had no idea what they were talking about. I sat down and they interviewed me for 25 minutes and they asked me some of the most ridiculous questions. You just knew they had no idea what they were doing. And they were the people in charge of, they could literally shut me down. And they got me for $14,000. So, after that,
and that's a lot of money in porn.
That's a lot of money in porn.
Don't think that everybody's billionaires. There ain't no fucking billionaire at this table.
Anymore.
You watch those shows like on HBO, right? That's what always fucking irritates me. They'll start the show always with a multi-billion-dollar industry. There ain't no fucking girl or dude making $1 billion.
I mean,
It's changed
back
too.
a long time ago, we were
Even
making.
since I've been around.
Yeah, it's changed.
In the last decade.
Well, yeah, like
I mean,
my mofo were girls from the early 2000s.
Yeah, yeah.
Like Flower.
Belladonna, Flower Tucci, Olivia Lovely, Tiffany Minks. Those girls were making money.
And we were making money too. When Zane was at its height,
everybody,
everybody was making money.
Those were the days.
We were making millions. We had the big house, the Mercedes.
Yeah.
We had money to burn. And then the internet came along, and fuck, there goes the business.
Changed.
Yeah.
Everything.
Almost overnight.
Almost
fucking overnight.
Yeah. So there was a lot of money. There used to be a lot of money, and look, you still can make your chunk in it, but
It's different.
The weirdest thing these days is too, when you go to set, almost everybody on set has an actual job. It never used to be that way.
Right.
Porn is what we did. Now we go and say, well, what do you do? And they go, well, I work here, I work there, I'm in college here. Everybody actually has a job that's not
outside of porn.
Yeah, because you have to.
Yeah.
There's girls that work, in coffee shops. You know what I mean? It's just crazy. Like, it never used to be like that, but you need a second job now.
Yeah, and a lot of it because there was so much work. I mean, like the names I mentioned before, like Tiffany Minks.
Yeah, Tiffany.
Every day she was shooting somewhere, sometimes double booked.
Right.
Money just coming in.
Yeah.
Then, like he says, the internet.
Like, if you're a new girl, though, you're a new hot girl, you're going to make that money, though. You're going to make it for
In the
2-3
first-
months.
I was about to say, not
it's
past that.
gonna, if you don't play your cards right and you don't, it's just so, the turnover is so quick these days.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So the new girl's got to come in, you got to play your cards right, and you could have longevity, but for the most part, you're not going to make a lot of money after the first, 3-4 months.
Yeah.
So better save your money, which nobody does. And
and it's hard to
and the
at that
cycle
age.
that's what it is too. You try telling 18, 19-year-old girl who's making $10,000 a month at the beginning, like, gotta save your money. I've seen
Never
girls come
happens.
in, make $200,000 a year, leave with nothing. Leave with nothing except a closet full of shoes.
No.
You know what I mean? So
We love our shoes.
yeah, it's just crazy. And
Okay, now the cannabis. How hard is the cannabis business? Or how easy? Is it blowing up right now?
No, it's gotten so much harder.
Just in its
I
infancy?
haven't been in it that long, but my partner's having a long time. And you're talking maybe, let's just say 10 years ago, when my guys were, growing for dispensaries. You're talking getting $6,000 a unit, $6,000 a pee. You know what I mean? That's dropped to like 2 to 24. You know what I mean? That's the direction that it's going. And it used to be, you'd be sitting on 4 or 5 units, they'd be gone the next day. Now it's like you got to vend to like 6 different places. You got to sit on stuff longer. Dispensaries are frozen out because everybody and their fucking mom is growing, and there's so much weed everywhere now. It's just harder to sell. The prices have dropped, and it's getting to be a tougher business.
Yeah.
And with legalization coming in, it's kind of a wait and see. We don't really know how it's going to affect it. Supply outweigh demand outweigh supply. We just don't know what's going to happen. So it's just kind of a wait and see.
Yeah, so it's up to like your company, Jolly Care Green Givers. It's up to you guys to just be like the most professional, best customer service, deliver on time to stand out.
Well, see, that's
right?
the thing too. It's not like, okay, back in the day, I have drugs, you're gonna buy them. Like it's a business now.
Yeah.
Like you gotta be like, it's a business. You gotta have good customer service. You gotta have stellar product, and that's
Get good reviews, just like Uber.
Yeah, like you gotta do your shit. It's not just like, I got this. Hey, you want to buy? There's so much competition out there, and we run into a lot of that. Too, it's not
especially
easy.
in LA.
Especially, that's what I'm saying, in LA. Now,
Many in LA.
right, that's the problem. So you go up on Weed Maps and you'll see there's 1,000 storefronts up there, delivery services. It's very tough to stand out.
Yeah.
I've been lucky enough to be in the porn business and be able to merge the two because I have a big clientele base of girls and guys in the business. So when I first started, it was very easy for me to kind of get a client base. Because I already knew like all these people that smoked, you know what I mean? They already knew me, so I just kind of went around, gave samples and product, and just built from there. So I was lucky to have I already have a client base, you know what I mean? I didn't have to just rely on being on Weed Maps and I guess maybe like everybody else does. Yeah, they word of mouth. I was able to already have a really solid client base, so a little bit easier for us. But we still want to build, we still want to get bigger,
Oh yeah,
but it's tough.
I don't remember the name of it. I tweeted it yesterday and today. I seen where this cannabis company bought a whole town on the border of Arizona and California.
Really?
They bought the whole town, and the article's named Marijuanaville. Now I don't know if that was just like something
The
funny, or is that the
headline.
name they actually want to name the town?
I believe it. I mean,
I would
it's
look
had
at
people are buying.
Marijuanaville.
Yeah.
I'd go to
Well, Eve, would you go live
Marijuanaville.
there?
Well, we live in Marijuanaville,
I was about to
basically.
say,
I mean,
and it also depends on where along that border they are, because
But there's big companies buying out huge acres of land in the north. Big companies coming
Yeah.
and setting up great. That's what I mean. So it's
commercialized.
It's commercialized, so
commercializing.
it's going to put a lot of the smaller guys out of business. Going to make it a lot harder to even stay in business once they start flooding the market. So we'll see what happens. I don't know. You know.
I mean,
Who
there
knows?
was even, I don't even know if the picture was real or not, but it was an image circulating of like a Marlboro pack of cigarettes,
Right.
but
Yeah.
it was green and it was marijuana cigarettes.
Yeah.
And so it already looked like it had been commercialized to, something like Marlboro. So it'll, like you said, could go either way, but I mean,
Yeah,
it looks very.
We don't know.
Yeah.
We're happy. We started this thing and we were like, if we get 40, 50 solid clients that we have, just always like we're good with that. You know what I mean? Like we'd be cool with that. That moves our product for us. We make a little bit of money. Cool. We're not looking to be Philip Morris of
Right.
weed, but it helps them. My guys. Look, my guys have some really killer stuff, so we've been able to grow pretty quick. And
What's the hot one right now? What
that
do you
we have?
recommend right now?
Well, from us,
yeah.
well, my guys grow something called the Wisdom OG.
Wisdom
yeah.
OG.
That's actually
So tasty.
We all need more wisdom.
yeah. It's I don't. If you try to look it up, you won't really find it. Like if you find it in the dispensary, it's probably coming from my guys. That's one of their main things that my guys give me, and it's our big indica. It's pretty potent. It's a beautiful flower. And they just mixed it, actually. We just did a lemon OG that they crossbred with the Wisdom OG, and now we have lemon Wiz, which is a new one that we just got in.
I want to crossbreed with Eve.
Yeah.
That's what I know. Come on, some mofo OG or what would it be? Eve
yeah.
Wisdom?
It would be
what would it be? Eve Beaner?
Beaner.
Right, Batel Menudo.
It's not the first time that I've been
That
called
you've crossbreeded?
No, that I've been called Eve the Beaner. I don't
Eve the Beaner?
Yeah,
Why
no.
would they call you that?
Dude, no, I got some hate mail. This was years ago, and this was when I was shooting
and
with...
you girls get a lot of hate mail,
Oh,
huh?
lots of hate
Dude,
mail.
I trip out. You
horrible.
get in some battles on your fucking
Dude,
Twitter.
yeah, well, especially if they involve one of my friends or something, I'm all bitch, it's on. I wouldn't say that I'm a social justice
warrior.
I'm
Yeah.
a little high, but I will especially if you sit there. One of the girls had posted a string thread about just talking about the abuse that she had experienced as a child.
Okay.
And she was relating it to another female and trying to and this bitch just comes out of nowhere and starts talking shit, and and I saw it affect my girlfriend.
Yeah.
I saw her reaction to it, and I just laid into the bitch
Yeah.
to the point where I was like, you can't block me fast enough to not see these. Trust me. Trust and believe. She tried to fight back and forth, going, I don't know what you're talking about, Mom.
Yeah,
You can hide behind your computer screen. I'm still going to make you feel like shit. I do this for a professional living. So.
Yeah. No, I'll admit it. I like it. I like it when I see Twitter wars, especially between porn stars and stuff. They're fun.
It's fun. It's crazy what some people put out there.
And then what I like is when they delete them.
And
then
all
some
of a sudden-
fucking smart ass will post a screenshot.
Screenshot.
I got you, bitch.
Right.
They're like,
No,
"Oh,
you
fuck."
cannot escape. You cannot escape.
You can post it. You can be up there for a second. And someone grabs it.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Like it's crazy.
Yeah.
You can't get away with anything.
Dude, there's something on Instagram, something, right? I barely fucking click send, and there's a like. I'm like, oh, wait a minute.
Yeah, you're like, shit.
Fuck.
I have a follower. His name's Gary.
Did you
Hi,
look at
Gary,
it?
the doorman.
Uh-huh.
He does.
Oh, he's cool. Is he
Right?
from Chicago?
No,
Or
pretty
somewhere
New York.
around there? Oh, New York.
I
Okay.
think, yeah,
He's gonna be
'cause-
pissed I said Chicago.
Right.
New York. I'm from Chicago. I was
No,
born in
because
Chicago.
he came and visited me out in Jersey at my club.
Yeah.
So no, it's super cool. But I swear, somehow, some way, it's like boom. I'm like, do you have an automatic setting that just these people, if they send something, like it or retweet it?
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
hey, you know what? It makes me feel loved.
Yeah. Are you guys born here in California?
Mm-hmm.
No, I'm New York.
New York. There you go.
Upstate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Orange
We're in
County.
California.
Orange County.
Oh, from the OC.
Well, I wouldn't. Brea. I grew up in Temecula, though. So.
Brea off the 91 freeway.
Yep. Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where I was born.
I used to work over there where the 91 and the 55 meet. I
Okay.
think.
Yeah, we moved to Temecula when I was 7, so
Yeah.
lived in suburbia Republican conservative hell.
From Brea to Temecula, that's a huge difference.
I was 7. It didn't phase me in that way. My life started basically in Temecula from building friendships and memories and things like that. So
Okay, he talked about the cannabis biz. Let's talk to you about the user side. Like, why do you smoke? Why do you think people should smoke weed?
I think it would make the world a much more harmonious
In what way?
place.
Why?
So I truly believe that.
Get closer to your mic or move the
Oops.
mic closer. There you go.
Hi. So I totally know that there are some people that have adverse reactions to marijuana. You know, they
Right.
freak out, they have asthma, whatever. I understand it's not for everybody, but I think that I know part of why I smoked is because I have anxiety. I have ADHD, OCD, and all that combines together, and I will have full-on panic attacks. I'll be fighting with somebody, and I will just go off this way.
So you truly
it
do use
brings
it
me
for
back.
medicinal purposes.
Right. I mean,
Yeah.
I love it. I smoke it all day. It's recreational use as
Yeah.
well. But absolutely,
Yeah.
it was something to where I could have a fight with, a family member, my mother,
Mm-hmm.
and I go off this way, and then I take a minute, I take a step back, I smoke, my brain calms down, my heart calms down, and then I can go, okay, this is where I went wrong. I went a little irrational here, and I'm able to 10 minutes later walk back over to my whoever it is and be like, okay, let's try this again, a little better this time.
Yeah.
And that has worked for me for years, and it's something that I take advantage of and think that it would be great if more people did.
Yeah, because it's like it's almost like it enhances all the good things.
Yes. There was
and lessens
there
the
was
bad
a
shit.
quote that's, I don't know where it's from, but it says, I don't smoke to escape reality. I smoke to enjoy it more.
Right.
It's a heightening of, food tastes better. Because when I had stomach surgery years ago, couldn't eat anything. I couldn't keep food down.
Mm-hmm.
And it all tasted like sand in my mouth.
Damn.
And it was right after having some stomach
I
problems.
need that to lose some fucking weight.
Oh, man. It was to the point.
For about 6 fucking months.
Oh, it was the worst, miserable way to ever lose weight. Because I
Lose
was
his
just...
fucking belly and see my dick
I love
again.
food so much. Oh.
No,
But
I love.
It turned
do-
food from
trust me, yeah.
sand in my mouth to amazing feasts, you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
So there's
No,
so many good things.
There are. I
to
mean,
it.
just go to talk to cancer patients.
Yeah.
First,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? I personally know handfuls of cancer that no appetite. They can eat. Helps
Yeah.
them eat. Helps with the pain. It's not an opiate. It actually does have medicinal effects, which I was very skeptical about when I first got into business because I hadn't really done anything with pot since high school, and we just smoked because we wanted to get high.
You just knew
Yeah.
me.
I just knew
You
right.
just
So when
like,
I
she
got
smokes all the
so
time.
when all
Go
this medicinal
downstairs.
came out, I was like, that's just all bullshit. People just want to get high. This
Mm-hmm.
it has nothing. Medicinal, give me a fucking break, And a lot of that is true. But when I started actually seeing and meeting people where it actually does help
Changes
them.
their lives.
Right.
It changes their lives. And the soldiers,
PTSD, big
Thank
time.
you.
PTSD.
PTSD, yeah.
For the veterans.
For the veterans. It's seizures on kids.
Yeah.
CBD oil. It's crazy. It's just so crazy the things we can do with the cannabis plant. And I'm not even a big smoker. I smoke
Yeah.
a little bit.
He's not.
I'm not at all.
It's
and I'm
cute.
and
He kinda knocks
even when I
out,
wasn't
by the
smoking
way.
at all, I was a huge advocate of marijuana just because of what it can do for us. I mean, let alone smoking it. How about growing it for paper? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
How about
Hemp clothing.
look what hemp can do for. It takes 10 years to grow trees, and we're
Right.
still making paper from trees. It takes 3 months to grow hemp.
Yeah, and
It's crazy.
And right now, glad you mentioned opiates because
We have a
there is a
crisis right now.
serious fucking problem
Yeah.
in the world with
Mm-hmm.
opiates right now. I mean, people are fucking hundreds dying
Yeah.
like every day
Mm-hmm.
from overdose, and I'm telling you, stop that opiate shit and go the THC route, cannabis, marijuana, whatever you want to fucking call it, because I mean, there's so much literature out there now on how to use it. I was just telling them before the show started. There's a show called Bong Appetit on the Vice channel, and every week they have different chefs. And this week's was NFL players, and they were basically showing how they use it to work out with, to recover, to rehab, and oh my god, it was like really fucking fascinating. Like I can't imagine getting stoned before you do bench presses, you know, because like to me, I personally got to be fucking pumped up, ready. But they kind of explain what to use, how to use it, and I'm like, oh fuck, you know.
Well, also,
but I mean, I still won't do it because I'll fucking fall asleep in the bench.
Exactly, I wouldn't make it through the workout. But the CBDs, a lot of the people like the fighters are now smoking CBDs after fights for inflammation. Yeah, you know, to help them recover, and you know, and a lot of people are switching towards that other than painkiller. I knew a fighter. God rest his soul, he's passed away, highly addicted to opiates because of all the pain throughout the years. Yeah, you know what I mean? Because all the fights he's been in, and you know, and unfortunately, I think it ruined his life. You know, he was highly addicted to painkillers towards the end, and it's just insane to me how it's so demonized and but yet opiates are just flow free, so to speak. It's just crazy, man. And the practical uses too. It's just it's nuts. It's crazy.
And I mean the benefits physically, mentally, emotionally are just
so great.
Yeah, so great. Like okay, in 2000
Schedule 1 too.
Yeah, in 2002 or 2003, I wrote a song called "Sinner for Life," and one of the lyrics is smoking bowls to deal with assholes. Right. That's one of the lyrics. And what I mean by that, dude, like sometimes if I'm not stoned, I'm like, I will go. People irritate me and frustrate me and annoy me quick, you know. But if I'm fucking stoned, I can chill there across a sofa from you and just like, you know,
make the world a more peaceful place.
It just makes so many things.
And the thing is, it's virtually a harmless drug. It's non-lethal. You cannot overdose on cannabis. You can't.
It's not a drug. It shouldn't be a drug.
It's cocaine is a Schedule II drug.
Yeah,
I think methamphetamine is a Schedule II drug.
Right,
marijuana is a Schedule I.
It's higher classified.
It's higher classified, and that's because of political reasons. And you can go into why it dates back to the 50s.
Yeah, but written decades ago.
But that's exactly it. It hasn't changed. Nobody's changed it, and I don't get it. I don't know. No. People in charge know it. They're not that dumb to where they actually can believe and know that it's a Schedule I drug. They know it's not. Yeah, it's a political mess.
And what's the trip that every president goes along with it?
Yeah,
that's what I trip out on. Like Democrat or Republican, one thing for some reason, none of them will declassify it. No, none of them.
But that's why it's a political thing. Yeah, and and I said I don't want to get into political discussion at all, but Trump had a chance to become the greatest president ever because all he would have had to do was legalize pot. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
and that's it for politics. But that's all he would have had to do was like pot's legal.
Yeah,
people were like awesome.
Yeah,
you know
but it's weird because it's like, okay, what's the real reason? There has to be something we don't know.
But that's the thing.
Nobody will do it. Nobody will even touch it.
And they know it's not a Schedule I drug. They know it's not lethal. But nobody will do it.
They know all their kids are doing it. Yeah. I bet you almost 90% of people they know, shit, they're probably smoking it.
It's insane. And you can read the history of why it became the way it was and how it was Scheduled I. And it was totally political by the companies, tobacco companies, alcohol companies, and that whole story. But that was 40, 50 years ago.
Yeah,
and they just haven't. Nobody's changed it yet. And
no, I've always said comparing weed to cocaine is like comparing Kool-Aid to whiskey.
Right.
That's the fucking difference. It's not even close.
Not even close. Yeah, and it's a Schedule I drug. It's absolutely insane.
How many times do you hear of, husband breaks into ex-wife's house and shoots her on marijuana? Yeah. It's when they're on cocaine, when they're on PCP. That's when they go and they beat their wives or beat their whatever. Girls, guys, same. I'm just saying that.
Right.
That's when that kind of shit happens. When you get stoned, you sit at home and you order some pizza and you turn on Netflix.
Okay, now for let's say the new stoner out there. All right. Okay, Eve, what do you recommend? Like sometimes let's say, like, would you smoke something different when you go to a tattoo show during the day versus just at night watching a movie? Like, what do you recommend? What strains? Indica, sativa, a bong, a vape? Like, kind of give us some info on that.
All right.
What do you
for
do?
all the newbies out there.
There you
I'm
go.
Old school here, But no, so it's for me because I've got the ADHD and I very rarely ever do a straight sativa. So during the day, I do sativa dominant hybrid. At night, he just gave me some San Fernando Valley.
It's the SFV?
Yeah,
the original
SFV.
SFV. How was it?
Really good. It
Yeah,
knocks me on my
yeah.
ass. I can't do it during the day at all.
Yeah.
But during the day.
What did we smoke in the parking lot?
What did I give you? Was that for me?
Yeah.
Because that was good.
Yeah,
What was
I
that?
don't know what you picked up last time.
Oh, that was
it
Chem Dog.
Was that Chem Dog?
I think so. I'll check the bottle.
I don't remember. Yeah.
I don't know.
I said, I don't know.
But either way, so, I start the first thing out in the morning with a big, huge bong rip, but that's because I smoke all day, every day.
Okay.
Newbies probably should wait until you're a little more used to that. Get yourself a nice little pipe. Then during the day, have one of those vape pens. Don't do the straight CBD oil or the live resin straight off the bat because that stuff will fuck you up and you will be laying down on a park bench.
That's what I've been doing lately because we have Gorilla Glue cartridges that are made with live resin.
But you only do that at night, don't
I only
you?
do it at night. Yeah, two puffs in and I'm done. But yeah, if you try to smoke that shit during the day and you're a newbie, you're done. But yeah, because our cartridges are strong.
Yeah, so you want to stay away from the live resins and that kind of stuff. But and then I love sitting at home with a big old bong at night and just chilling, having my little munchies and watching Netflix. So that's the best way. You have to know your tolerance. You have to know.
That's important.
Because so many people are like, we were talking about edibles earlier. You can't take a bite of an edible and then 20 minutes later have some more because, that takes 30, 45 minutes, sometimes an hour to kick in. And if you keep on eating more and more and more, you're going to make yourself sick. People have actually gone to the hospital going, I'm overdosing. No, you're just freaking the fuck out. I get it. But it doesn't even matter if it's just edibles on different strains do different things to different people.
You got to experiment.
Yeah.
So if you're smoking, would you say just kind of chill with that, not mix it with edible because now it's going to get too strong?
Not until you're experienced,
Yeah, because edibles is a whole other world. Because I think your liver actually changes the chemical compound of THC and turns it like 5 times more psychoactive than THC. So that shit will, if you're not used to it, you end up in the hospital. Think you're gonna die. You're not gonna die. You just think you're gonna die, and you're gonna be high for 2 days. So you got to be careful. But you gotta start light and just. I had to do it again because I didn't smoke for 20 years. Then I started in the business, and I'm like, all right, well, I got so much product around me, I'm gonna try it again. And there was a couple times where I was like, oh fuck, I'm way too high. Like holy shit.
It gets funny when
I was like,
get
whoops.
Because you guys ever do shrooms?
Not since high school.
I haven't in a while.
Yeah, I was big into psychedelics in high school. I did a ton of acid. I did a shitload of acid. That was my drug.
Done acid once. It was the most amazing trip of my entire life.
I like psychedelics with a movie.
With
it has to be with a movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have
movie on my big screen TV?
Types of movies you have to watch, or just
usually loud action, not scary.
Transformers.
Speaking of scary, have you guys seen It?
Not yet.
No, not yet.
I seen It Saturday. You got to see it. To me, it's the scariest clown movie ever.
Yeah.
And I'd put it in the top 10 horror movies of all time. Fucking
wow,
shit,
the new.
scary.
You like that shit?
Yeah.
I do want to see. I saw the old one, but not the new one though. I do want to see it.
I haven't even seen the old one because I grew up in such a sheltered religious home that I didn't know that there was these bad things out there, scary things, and so we weren't allowed to watch stuff like that. So
before I forget, we got 12 minutes left. I want to say, in case you're wondering, why am I in a fucking Raiders jersey? And it's not just any Raiders jersey. Fucking Bo Jackson.
Bo Jackson Raiders jersey.
It's because this is the first show I've done since the NFL started, the regular season started. And so I brought my Fox football guy. That's the one you can see right there. And that's why I'm wearing a jersey. And in case you guys didn't know, the Raiders are 2-0.
That's right, man. They're off to a great start. And I think
Las Vegas Raiders.
Yeah, in, I think, 2 years.
Yeah.
The Las Vegas Raiders.
I was just out there, and there's already bars that have Las Vegas Raiders shit everywhere.
Ooh, I like
Yeah, there's already a couple bars like that are just, they're ready and waiting.
They're ready and waiting.
Yeah.
And Vegas just got a hockey team too for all you hockey fans out there.
Oh, really?
Called the Golden Knights, and they just had an amazing first preseason game. They beat Vancouver 9-4.
Nice.
So hopefully in 2 years, Vegas is gonna have 2 really killer teams.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Here's some quick advertisements, and then I'm gonna have them do some promos. I just gotta find it. Okay, this Saturday night is the it's the Bumps and Bruises. It's wrestling and beer drinking. It's at a brewery called the Iron Triangle Brewery in downtown LA. It's called Bumps and Bruises. My boy Marty Hill is promoting it. And that's it on that. It's this Saturday night called Bumps and Bruises at the Iron Triangle Brewery in downtown LA. And on October 28th, Mofo Wear, my clothing line, mofowearstore.com, and my CannaPornia, we're sponsoring Angels and Demons Halloween Party rooftop in Hollywood for Jamie Barron on Saturday, October 28th. And from there, let's go to Mark Zane. What do you got?
You can always, it's funny, so if you're on Read Maps, we're under Jolly Green Caregivers under the Encino heading, but we'll cover most of the valley. But a lot of people in the business actually know me just as VIP Delivery, because people in the business, I have some VIP deals for people in the business, so they know me as that. You can always contact me at 818-668-0116 for any info you'd like on any of our products. And we do have a party coming up. I don't know when, though, so I can't really say.
Now, your party, do you need a card to get in?
We have not even begun to work out those deals. We know we want a party. We want to invite all of our great clients, and try to expand. We're in the infant stages of this party, but we will see, because we will be giving out goodie bags.
Yeah, I'll promote it on here.
Yeah, we will. That will happen, but we're talking maybe a month or so.
Okay.
Yeah.
My turn?
Yeah, Eve.
Hi.
God.
Oh, I'm sorry. Can I do one more? I'm sorry.
Let me go.
I got to tell, because I do a lot of the guys that I work with too are Ability Farms. So check out Ability Farms on Instagram, and those are the guys that I work with. So gotta check out Ability Farms.
Do they have a website?
No, Instagram. Go check out their Instagram.
Okay.
And you can also go to Jolly Green Caregivers Instagram. I haven't been active on that much lately, but it's there. But definitely check out Ability Farms. Sorry. Go ahead.
I'm gonna let you finish, but
Show me some leg, Eve.
we need some legs.
Wait, who's that water bottle?
Oh, must move the water bottle.
Can you stand real quick and just spin around for the people watching?
Do I have to do that next?
Yeah.
Okay.
Look at that. Are you serious? Wow. That's a white Cali girl right there.
Mm-hmm.
She's from Orange County.
Homegrown.
Homegrown.
Everything.
Okay, what do you got to promote?
Well, you can find everything and anything on my blog site, poleangel.com. It's got connections, links to all of my Clips for Sale stores, like he was talking about. Foot fetish, femdom, findom, humiliation, smoking, all sorts of things. And I'm on Twitter at Eve Battelle, Batelle. Tumblr and Twitter and Instagram are all the same. And anybody who wants customs, who wants to know my schedule, where I'll be dancing and whatnot, evebattelle@gmail.com.
Now you dance here around LA.
I do, but I have been traveling so much.
What's the name of it? Do you want to?
Star Garden.
Go ahead.
Mm-hmm.
Star Garden is.
Where's it at?
6330 Lancashire Boulevard in NoHo. So
Star Garden.
Star Garden. We have a sister club.
Do you give chair dances?
They totally have lap dances.
Oh, imagine getting a lap dance from Eve. Do guys come during your lap dance?
So
Have you had guys come shoot their
not
load?
in California because the laws are different about.
No, but I mean,
touching
just
and
when
stuff.
you're dancing on them.
Oh yeah. Well, out in North Carolina, I had a few problems with that.
Okay,
It
well,
was
see,
pretty
I've
fucking gross.
done that by accident.
Okay, were you
during
wearing
the lap
sweatpants
dance.
at the time?
No, I was wearing probably
at least
Dickies.
you were respectable because don't go into.
Well,
a strip
no, I'm
club
not
wearing
trying not to.
basketball shorts.
I'm trying
or
not to shoot my
sweatpants.
load.
Well,
It was just accident.
Don't do it. It is
I just-
classless. It is disgusting. We do not. Don't
If you
wear
gave me a
basketball
chair dance,
shorts.
if you gave me a chair dance, I would shoot my load.
But
I'm
see,
telling you right
when,
now.
when we were younger, that was the goal. We would get lap dances to shoot our load.
Yeah.
I would drop $60 for 3 songs. And
Dude,
that
I'm
was
telling
the
you,
goal in our
if
20s.
Eve is rubbing on my dick and she's licking my
Sorry
ear,
about you.
I'm coming.
But I was also in my 20s. So.
I'm coming all over Star Garden. I'm telling you right now. Now, okay. This is what I kind of wanted to end the show and talk to you about. Okay, sometimes you post these foot parties.
Yes.
Now, and okay, is this a party where guys pay and they go and you're just there with your feet and they worship your feet?
Kind of. So usually.
Are there other girls there? Can they go from?
Yeah. So what?
So like a whorehouse, but of feet, not pussy.
Yes. Except most of the places, because we're at established places, you can't. No, there's no actual sex going on.
Right, I know that.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
what do they do to the feet? What can I do to your feet if I
Okay.
go to this foot party?
Good
So
question.
a normal, awesome session, they usually start off massaging, peeling off the shoes, massaging my feet, and then
Are
they
you
wanna
talking
smell
meanwhile?
it.
Are you
Huh?
telling them to do that?
I let them start to see where their fetish lies. 'Cause
Okay.
sometimes it's the actual toes. Sometimes it's dirty feet. Sometimes it's.
Now you're in a
perfect.
chair, a sofa.
I'm
what is
usually sitting, and they're usually on the ground in front of me.
under knees.
And then they
Yes.
peel off my shoes.
Uh-huh.
And then they beg me to let them either smell them, kiss them, touch them, massage them. And, some of them, they like the trampling and the smothering to where they will lay down and I will trample them, sometimes with heels on, sometimes bare feet.
Are you stepping on their balls and dick?
Sometimes. Some guys really like the CBT.
I follow a Twitter page called Ball Busting.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Dude, these girls kick
Ball
these
busting is so
guys
much
in
fun.
the
That is a big
balls and
one,
dick
yeah.
hard as
So
they
much
can
fun.
with stilettos.
I
Like,
have
bam.
made guys drop to their knees so hard. It's so amazing. I have so much fun when I do
How
that.
can there not be permanent damage?
It has to be.
How do they come back time after time for more sessions? I don't know.
No, but you know what I'm saying, right? Like it seems like there would be permanent damage to your
Yeah, there's
testicles.
got to be. You can't.
Because you girls kick hard.
And here's the thing too, is that some of them actually liked the emasculation of it all. Some of them actually want to have themselves deballed. And that's part of it.
Deballed.
Oh,
Is
yeah.
that correct?
Okay, wait a
term?
minute. What is
That is
that?
the medical terminology
Be
here that I just
deballed.
made
No,
up.
what does that mean? The
they-
ball just goes up
No.
somewhere behind your stomach?
No.
You lose your
fuck.
balls?
They would-
This is my ball in my mouth.
No, they full
Deballed.
up want to set up a medical session and have there's a contraption that you put on.
No.
And-
Oh, fuck.
Bye bye.
Dude, that sounds so painful.
Dude,
Bye-bye.
Oh, God, I don't know why.
They want castration as an adult.
Oh.
They want a full on
Are you, listen, here.
I've had 2 guys actually try and set this up with me, and I'm like, first of all, in the United States of America, I'm pretty sure that even if you signed a waiver and volunteered, that's egregious bodily harm. And
So you do this
illegal.
out of the country sometimes?
No, I've never done one.
Oh.
I've
okay.
never the one that I did consider was in Canada, and they do have different laws, and there was going to be a
Like
whole thing
stricter
set
or
up.
looser?
Looser,
Ooh.
because it's
Figures, fucking
voluntary.
Canadians.
It's voluntary. He wants to do it. I'm not forcing him to do it. He came to me.
Deballed.
I mean,
I'm going to
it's-
remember deballed.
That's my word for it.
Eve Battelle deballed me.
My dick hurts having this conversation.
Yeah.
Let alone.
Hey,
fucking-
I'm just trying to explain to you
Don't
why they
fucking
like the
ever
feet
deball
kicking.
me.
See, Mark, my question is, how do you go from liking your balls licked to getting deballed? Like, what happened? Like,
Well,
what?
how do you? Like, I don't know. Like, how do you
I
wake up
learned-
one day
I
and be
don't
like,
ask
I want to get
questions.
kicked in the fucking nuts repeatedly
By
and then
Eve.
deballed?
I don't ask questions. I
Sick.
learned
Yeah.
a long time ago that not to dive into the stories because
Right.
sometimes they're a little too convoluted for me to want to know.
Now, let me ask you this. When the guys, let's say, licking your feet, right? He's like, are you like moaning, groaning? Are you kind of like
I'm usually
opening your legs,
laughing. No,
playing
I'm
with
very
yourself?
much dominant about it.
So there's really nothing sexual about it. See, I need
It is
something.
for them.
It is for them.
It is
Yeah.
for them.
Yeah.
No, I play into the whole thing. I'm a part of the scene. It's just not. It's not a sexual thing. It's a domination thing. It's a submitting to me and pleasing me.
Yeah, totally
in
different.
all
Totally
these-
different vibe. Yeah.
Yeah,
I know what
it's
you're
just
saying.
different for. I mean, and that's why. It's why I do what I do and not do porn. It's not. I mean, obviously, I have no problem with porn, but it's just those are my comfort and my happy levels. I like being the dominant. I like being served.
Look for my new website called thebald.com coming out. So
Mark Zane already bought the fuck. He
I've
already
already bought the
registered the
domain.
website names.
Don't even try, guys. Don't even try.
Damn him.
It's gone.
See, that's why he's a businessman. He's on it.
I'm on my phone right now buying thebald.com.
And Eve, I want to thank you in person for always promoting my clothing, Mofo
Oh,
Wear.
for sure.
And
I
damn
love
it,
it.
I want to shoot you. I want to shoot because I want to make you a Mofo Wear girl. I want to shoot you
yes.
in Mofo Wear.
I want
and
to
just,
be this.
do it.
I
And
want
so I
to
want to
be
thank
this.
you. You're always promoting me.
I love it.
And,
I love them.
Anyway, we are out of here. And let's see. I don't know.
Stuff and things.
Fuck you to the fucking judge who scored it 118-110 for fucking Canelo in the Triple G fight. That was fucking insane.
That's a pretty bad one.
Yeah. All right, here we go. It's the end of the show, and like I end every show, believe in yourself, and que será, será.
You're listening to CannaPornia with your host, Mofo, only